Next, we have the estate section. And so this is going to list their current estate situation as well as an alternative or suggested estate situation. If we take a look at the estate details, this is going to list the assumptions used for the estate planning reports and any estate planning documents that the clients already have in place. This also includes a net worth statement, a more summarized net worth statement. The estate graphs, this is going to display two graphs. The first is if individual 1 were to die first, and the second is if individual 2 were to die first. So each of these graphs illustrates the individual's net taxable estate, estate tax, and any estate tax if they were to use a credit shelter trust and an ILIT. So the bottom of this report, there's an illustration of the actual dollar amounts that appear on the reports. This graph represents the calculations that are included from the next report, which is the estate tax illustration. So we can get into the details and the numbers behind the graphs on the following page. So the estate tax illustration is going to show the calculation of estate taxes assuming current deaths of individual 1 followed by individual 2. So essentially it's going to run the calculation if individual 1 were to die first followed by individual 2, and then also the reverse if individual 2 were to die first followed by individual 1. This report's going to use the current year estate tax laws to calculate the estate taxes due. For married couples, it's going to assume that no estate taxes are incurred during the first death, all the assets are transferred through marital transfer, and then the program is going to run the scenario without trust assumption, and then it will also show the estate situation with trust situation, which is going to assume the clients are funding a credit shelter trust and move any insurance into an ILIT. So the next report, estate chart, this is going to illustrate the without trust situation from E4. So that's going to represent the client's current estate situation. The next report, the with trust, a chart would essentially illustrate what we saw in E4, assuming that the clients are using a credit shelter trust and any insurance into an ILIT. There's also future estate reports as well. And so the program is going to look at the client's taxable estate and potential estate taxes at any point in the future, essentially. So rather than the current year like the previous pages, this would evaluate their estate tax situation each year of the projection. There's several educational type reports or illustrative type reports in this section. So you can see E9 through E20 essentially are going to illustrate different estate planning concepts. The last section of the estate reports are the estate planning options. These allow you to specifically look at an age of death that you have entered in the program. If you go to the estate input, you'll notice an estate values tab, and this top section where you can enter in an illustration age of death, this is going to use purely for this estate planning options tab, so you can evaluate a specific age of death and you can illustrate gifting based on the items that you've entered in that estate values tab.